Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pod. We are here with Gumball 3000 and Piston Distillery and Martin Too Smooth. We have a very special guest with us right now.
He is an extremely special guest. He is a Gumball veteran, a YouTube legend, a car enthusiast. He really does not need any introduction. You know who he is, Mr. JWW!
Man, you can come again. That was an intro. I love that.
You take me on all your grids. I'll announce you like that.
All right, let's do it.
How are you, brother?
Mate, it's amazing to be here. It's I'm feeling really good. I'm amongst friends, Gumball family.
Yeah, man.
Of course.
Sun's out, fun's out, and feels like the world's back to normal, man. It's good.
I'll drink to that. Let's cheers
let's do it.
that.
Shall we?
Come on.
Here we go. Cheers, man.
It's
Cheers.
been a few years,
Pleasure
guys.
to see you. It has been a while.
Cheers.
It's been a while. I'm just checking. Is this mic working okay, everyone?
It works. Works out good for you guys in the back. Callum? Sounds great.
Mic's good.
Sounds
all
all good.
Let's
They're
roll it.
saying they're loving your dulcet tones, Mr. JWW. That's what I'm hearing in the ear right now. So look, it's been 3 years since I last seen you. You are, to me, a Gumball legend.
Yes, without a doubt.
And outside of that, you're a YouTube superstar in your own right. And what have you been up to the last few years, man?
Well, it's been a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been strange. Obviously, it's been strange for everyone. Thankfully, the car world kept ticking. Actually, it did keep ticking. But in 2019, you know, every now and again you'll sign online, and whatever social media platform you're on will remind you what you were doing this time last year. I remember 2020 sitting there locked inside my house, and up popped a slide from Gumball or something. I went down this like black hole of my calendar of 2019 to remind myself how little I was doing in 2020. And it turned out I had 80 flights in 2019.
Wow.
And across 20 and 21 I had 6. Yeah. And 4 of those were before lockdown.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So life changed a lot, but thankfully in that time we'd opened up a little film studio in Bicester Heritage, where it was just geared up purely for the role of filming cars. And after the lift of lockdown 1, the car brands had understood the loopholes effectively of what they could and couldn't do. And one of those was, if they gave cars to me, they would hold no responsibility for anything at all, and off you go and film. So I had like a queue of cars out of the bunker, which is the name of our studio, and it kept us going for a long time. So really, just by pure hindsight and happenstance, really, having that little place saved us, really. It was cool.
A lot of reviews, a lot of work being done.
A lot
there.
of reviews, man. Yeah.
You've been living in Dubai for a while, right?
Yeah, so historically, we would, when the clocks go back here and the weather changes, our industry in the car world just hibernates.
What, in the winter?
In the winter.
Really?
Yeah, mate. It's just everyone just goes home.
I thought people would be like more on it with cars because
No, it's funny.
you can't walk anywhere. You can't.
No. So what I mean is, there's no racing, there's no track days, there's no car launches. The general light is quite poor, so from a filming point of view, it sucks. It's always raining. And so we used to go to California for 3 weeks, and then we would go over to the UAE for 3 weeks just before Christmas, and then call it a day, go home. But at that time last year, LA, which we would normally spend time filming, was still quite strict with the whole COVID rules thing. So we thought, you know what, let's just fly out to the UAE and spend some time there. We were originally planned to go for 6 weeks, and then while we were out there, friends back home were like, Omicron's kicking off, you might as well just stay out there. So we did. we just rolled for months.
Extended holiday.
Yeah, we rolled for months.
You're a fair weather content creator.
Oh, big time. I am a fair weather content creator, which is saying something for someone from the UK, where we normally spend our time driving in the wet, but it just makes everything look better. You know, if you have great blue skies and sunlight, you know, if you point a camera at something, it'll look nice. So.
Well, I hope you've been doing some filming today, because the weather's been wonderful.
I've been getting some shots. I've been doing some. I'm specifically here. I'm not fully working here, so I don't have. Normally, if I'm in front of a car, if there's a car near me, there's normally a camera in my face. Whereas today I've got none of that. So it's been great to just walk around and do some like nice leisurely Instagram bits and bobs. It's been nice.
And more importantly, you've been doing some racing.
Been doing some racing, yeah. So last season I was in a championship called Britcar, which is a sort of, I guess, short form endurance racing. So like 2 hours long, shared with a co-driver, and I was in a car called a Praga, which, if there was such a thing as like LMP4, if it existed, which is like a sort of baby prototype car. So it weighed 640 kilograms, so it was light, but it had 1,000 kilograms of downforce. So it was, I mean, a full slicks and wings. Only around about 360 horsepower, but man, this thing was
Only
it was fast. It was fast, man. Yeah, it was good fun. So that was good. And once you go racing, that's it. You're like, it becomes part of you. It ruins track days, because race cars and track day cars, they're just so far apart. But yeah, now I'm well and truly bitten by the racing bug. So I'm trying to squeeze in some more.
Well, have you been on the hill climb today?
I went up once. Yeah, I went up once, but as I mentioned, I got here, it was like Gumball family here, so I ended up talking too much. I missed the first like 4 runs. I was like, and then I was talking, and I literally heard my name on the tannoy, and we're like, we've seen this car, but we've not seen him go up the hill. I was like, oh damn. Oops.
That's someone that's fully prepared. He's definitely not here on a social, is he? Of course he is. Someone's calling him. That's like me being late for school, you know. So, are you looking forward to Gumball this year?
Mate, I can't tell you how much I'm excited for it. It's crikey, I've been doing Gumball since 2011.
Wow.
I missed one, so I've done a few. But there hasn't been one for 2 years now. So this is like a real comeback tour, you know. I'm really excited. This isn't something which has been announced yet either.
Hold on, we got an exclusive.
We got an exclusive. Where's the alarm? Someone sound it.
This is when my brother-in-law runs out and goes, whoa, whoa. My brother-in-law is Max Cooper, founder of Gumball, and this will be the first time this year that we're doing it together as bros.
What a dream partnership
World
that
exclusive. You heard it here first.
Well, it'll either make or break the family. Let's see. Let's talk after the gig.
Have you done a rally with him before?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been on a long road trip with him before?
Yeah, we did the recce for the 2012 rally together, which was New York to LA. And we drove across New York. Well, basically, we drove coast to coast twice in like 3 months because we did the recce, and then Gumball followed straight after that. So that was the longest amount of time I spent in a car with him at that time, which is like a week, and still 3,000 miles, you know. So
well, he's a stressed out father now, so you think it's going to be a bit fractious.
He's a new dad. So let's see. Hopefully, we can get on the road and to take all of his cares away. But it must be funny for him, because, you know, for everyone else on the rally, it's their 1 week of the year where, you know, you let loose. I mean, people have become different people on the rally, you know. They really go for it full send.
Absolutely.
But for him, it's his biggest week of the year, you know. Like, him and his team have been planning it and building up to it for, you know, a whole year, and now he's in it. So on the one hand, I guess he's trying to enjoy it. On the other hand, he's getting phone calls and texts going, what time are we here? Is this going right? Is this going wrong? So it'll be interesting to be alongside that.
I've heard stories that when he's driving with Eve sometimes, like, he has to be in contact with people so often that he doesn't even get to drive some days because he has to be on his phone.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's probably why he's invited me, actually. You drive, I'll sit in the passenger seat.
No, you guys are super laid back, outgoing people. Is there anything that happened in that 2012 recce that you thought, well, I'm a little worried that this side of Max might come out? It's a bit...
Well, I tell you what, we picked up a rental car.
I thought you were going to say hitchhiking.
In New York. Well, actually, we almost broke down halfway through, but I remember we picked up a rental car in New York, and it had a flat tire. And we drove the whole length of the US on this flat, stopping it at most petrol stations, just putting in some air, putting in some of that run flat juice, you know, and we did the whole coast to coast on a flat, and it was that for me was the like spirit of the whole thing. It was like, it is what it is, wing it, let's just crack on with it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if you can survive a whole trip coast to coast on a flat tire,
I know.
You'll be fine on this one.
Yeah, but it'd be cool. But how about you guys anyway? Because for me, I know you guys through the rally, right? DJing from the rally. We were just sharing a story of 18. I was gonna ask you, what's the weirdest place that you've ever DJ'd? But it's got to be Bologna Airport Terminal 5.
100%. We turned up at this just to set the scene. We turned up at this airport incredibly hungover. I think we'd been partying until 5-6 in the morning.
One thing you don't realise, sorry to cut you up, Andy, we're always the first one in the club and the last one in the club because we're warming up for like Afrojack or Dead Mouse or Usher or CeeLo Green or Dallas Austin. So we're first in, last out. So we are shattered in the morning. But anyway, back to your story.
And very hungover as well. And we walk into this airport, heads kind of like hurting, and then all of a sudden we see a DJ booth behind the check-in desk. And from hungover and desperate for water, within about an hour's time, everyone was up and dancing. We were doing shots behind the check-in desk.
Just picture this. So it's probably quite hard to convey this, and I do actually have it on film somewhere. But imagine walking into the next time you check in to a airport anywhere. Imagine walking into your terminal, and actually it's a rave. And you're rather than someone handing you tickets, they hand you a glass of champagne and they say, throw your bags over there. And these boys, they turned the check-in desks into a DJ booth. And on the like little travelator escalator thing that drags your bag, you had speakers on there.
Yeah.
It was the most amazing scene I've seen. Fantastic.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you on a rally? Because you've done like 8-9 rallies now.
It's still to me is taking the Aston Martin Vulcan on the rally. I mean, they built 25 of these cars and they were never intended to go on the road. This was 2019. And a friend of mine, he owned one and he decided to convert it to a road legal car. And it doesn't matter what you do to this thing, it's never going to be a road legal car, right? So he managed to like get a set of number plates on it, and we drove this car. It was from Montenegro to Venice on one of these legs, which transpired to be 700 miles, in a car that's designed to do about an hour on track. And it's unbelievable. It's a naturally aspirated V12, and the exhausts are side exit exhaust, which means they exit like by your arse, really. And the windows aren't glass; they're Lexan, which is plastic, and you sit super low in this thing.
Really uncomfortable.
Really uncomfortable, but because you're sat super low and the exhaust is here, you've got a straight through, flame-throwing V12 next to your left ear for 3,000 miles, right? And
it's the height of summer.
I mean, sequential box. When I say we drove through Albania, like it was like a UFO on nitrous, like flying through Albania, where there was more donkeys than there was cars, right? I mean, it was rare enough seeing a tractor, never mind a Mondeo or a Ford. And then we fly through in a convoy. That day we had a bright green Verde Hikers Ferrari 812 Superfast, a Koenigsegg Agera R, and this Aston Martin Vulcan, right? And I've got footage of us flying past like dudes like on like horses and traps, horses and cars, and with this guy going boom, 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 like flying through Albania. It was like 42 degrees, middle of summer. Just the wildest, craziest thing I've done in a car, I think. It was really up there.
Yeah, we remember we were hosting the grid as people came in, and people's faces were almost shocked with adrenaline, like, because there was police escorting you through the centre as well, right?
There was, yeah.
And
Well,
wasn't there Aston Martin engineers following you guys all the way through?
We had a support crew because the turning lock on a race car is terrible. So sometimes we would get to a junction in a village or a town somewhere, and we couldn't make it round a corner. So we'd like turn as much as we could, and then a support crew would hop out of the van, push us back, and then we would just like try and shuffle ourselves in like a 14-point turn. No, none of that. It was unbelievable, man. Like but as sense of occasions go, it was. I don't know if we'll ever top that car on the rally.
Crazy, James.
Unreal, mate. Honestly, it was really, really special time. That was, yeah, super cool.
If there's one car brand that you would have to pick, and you could only pick a car from that brand, what is it?
Mate, what's your favourite track right now, bro?
He's trying to draw you out. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. He's drawing you out.
This guy's good, man.
No, but really, it's like steak or fish. What horses?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, if I had to go for it, and this is going to be really cliche and really,
I feel like I know what you're going to
generic, right? But the Porsche GT3, it just ticks all the boxes. It's not necessarily the most exotic, it's not necessarily the fastest, but as a complete package that ticks most boxes, 1 minute you can be going to Tesco in it, and the next minute you're lapping the Nürburgring. Same car. Road trip, track day, they hold their value really well. They are expensive enough to be aspirational, but not obscene. They've been evolved for 50 years, so they just very rarely break.
Nothing like a Filler de Force, right?
They're just brilliant. Yeah, it's just a great thing.
Is that what you raced today as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I sent up to the hill earlier. Yeah,
Boy.
I got straight pipe exhaust on it now, and most track days I get kicked off it, so it was nice to send it up here.
Yeah, nice.
It's cool, man.
So what have you got coming up in the future? Looking beyond Gumball.
Coming up, well, we've got another Porsche coming.
Yeah,
predictably, we've got a GT4 RS turning up in the next 5 or 6 weeks.
Nice.
Which will be fun, but that'll actually arrive after Gumball, so maybe next year, which would be good. Take that one on, which would be cool. And I'm just looking forward to the world turning again. You know, the fact that Gumball's on again for me just signifies that it's back. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it.
Wait a sec. Now's a good opportunity. You're hiring, right?
I am hiring a lot, actually. Yeah, we're looking for an editor. If there's any editors out there. Yeah, so I actually didn't say what I do, but...
Our head of podcasting, Callum, is looking at his staff saying no.
Don't say no. If you want a really well paid,
Callum's on to you, man.
Yeah, if you want to travel the world with supercars.
Do you know what? I might actually try and turn my hand to it.
Sounds good.
It sounds like a good job. I'm in for it.
It's not bad. No, I mean, thankfully we've got to a stage where we've grown to the degree that our existing team is struggling to cope, which is a good problem to have.
Yeah, that's a great problem.
It's a good problem, but it's still a problem, and we are genuinely searching for talented editors, because we got hard drives full of great content right now that we haven't had the time to turn around, and yeah, things are growing fast. So
I have a similar problem. I have a DJ called Andy Purnell that I DJ with, and I've somewhat outgrown him. And if there's anyone out there that needs a DJ, they can DJ. Come and holler at me. Oh, sorry, mate. So you're looking for an editor then, basically?
I'm looking for one. Yeah, exactly.
What a perfect job for someone that's
Let's see.
cars and editing. If you want, reach out to Mr. JWW.
There you go. Yeah, man.
How can everyone hit you up on the socials? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're aware of it, but you might as well shout it out.
Yeah. If you're interested in cars and fast things, you can find me on. Just basically, I'm lucky you can go anywhere and type in Mr. JWW if you're on whatever your favorite platform is, and it'll be there, which is handy.
Even your handles.
I managed to get those handles in early, you know. So yeah, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is, just at Mr. JWW, and there'll be something fast and loud on there.
Great. James, on and off the camera, it's always a pleasure hanging with you. On the rally,
awesome.
Off the rally. My G.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much.
No, thank you, brother.
We'll see you on the rally, right?
Yeah, see you in
Can't
Toronto
wait.
now,
Looking
man.
forward to Toronto. Let's do it. Looking forward to it, man.
Well, this is the penultimate interview on the pod here at the Gumball warm-up. And next up we have
two very close friends of ours. His co-pilot in the next rally.
It's weird you saying that.
Yeah. Mr. Maximilian Cooper and his amazing wife, aka the First Lady of Rough Riders. The First Lady of what? Gumball 3000. Who is it?
we got EVE with us.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll see you soon.